Hi everybody, it's Andy from Alice Clare, here with another tarot reading. In the pre-shuffle, Aquarius air energy came out, which is to do with thought. The Taurus card came out as well, which is to do with possession. And a flexibility card came out. That was in the Astro Alignment deck that I was shuffling. So also someone's life purpose has something to do with communication. Someone has to remember to breathe and be flexible and feed their spirit. That also came out. The Five of Swords, losses, but not all is lost. You have the upper hand in the situation. So there's an indecision as well that came out with tarot. Someone is stuck in their head or deciding on which direction. They're not sure. They're still up in their head on which direction they need to go. I had some dream messages. So in my dream, someone was comparing something fake to something real. The real seemed to be just as good or even better. It could symbolize self-nurturing ideas and behaviors, a circle of cause and effect in how feelings lead us to create situations. Someone might need more confidence. I also made a white coffee in my dream instead of a black one, which can signify a person's liberation from past problems and worries. Also, that protection, number 4, protection is standing out. The moon in the last quarter. Something comes together like a fairy tale. I had a pain in the heel of my right foot randomly, like something had bit me. There's nothing there, so I don't know. Yeah, I also was scrying in my black coffee today, this afternoon, while sort of, yeah, it was kind of like, it was sort of meditative. Anyway, something's coming over you is what I got. I got the letter G, the letter V, a blue ring, the color green, cause and effect. Something is half illuminated. I felt like I was, oh, that's something different. I felt like I was on a boat when I went to bed last night. That was just, I wrote that down. I also seen a square while scrying. Sound, hair, ice. I'm not sure what that means. It could be significant to somebody. So, yes. Also, the song "Smoke on the Water." I'm not sure if that's actually a song like about drugs or not, but that could be affecting somebody, because I also seen spiked waves, and it could there could be a connection there with someone's emotions, spiked waves, with drug use. Clairsentience, like which is clear feeling, came out, which is picking up the emotional energy of others and receiving like a clear psychic message. Circle also came out. So I think that's got something to do with this cause and effect. It's the butterfly effect. Feelings leading, what did I write? Feelings leading. So it's our feelings that are leading us to create a situation. And I really think that's got to do with being mindful of what we're manifesting. Our feelings and our thoughts are very important to what is going to become in our lives in the physical. It's really important to watch our thoughts and our emotions, what we're thinking about, can come about. So that's important. I've seen the word grief on a book too, but it wasn't. When I reread it, it actually said something else. But when I initially looked at this book, I thought I seen the word grief. That keeps coming up anyway. That's what I've got. So yeah. So what will we pull first? Will we go straight to the tarot? Maybe. I kind of like to leave the tarot for answers, more answers on the oracle, just to clarify. So maybe I'll do that. All right. I might just, yeah. Okay. We have Jupiter, optimism, growth, and opportunity. So it's important to stay optimistic. Yeah. That's going to help in manifesting things that you actually desire into your life. We have a Vesta, inner spark, sacrifice, and devotion. Optimism, growth, opportunity. And the fourth house, Cancer, family roots and foundation. On the bottom, we've got Pisces, psychic, intuitive, and dreamy. Okay. Let's get a vibe card. So there is opportunity here for growth in a family situation. Someone might need to be flexible. There might need to be some sort of sacrifice made. Maybe for the greater good. I feel like I need to pull that one. Yeah, feed your spirit. That came out earlier when in the pre-shuffle. Feed your spirit. So, really ask yourself what you need. What is your spirit asking for? You might find the answers in meditation. If it doesn't feel apparent, yeah, meditate, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and just see what comes up. Just some quiet time to let your spirit speak to you is going to be important. Right. I really want to get it. I always want to put one of these. Not sure if I did in the last one, actually. Yeah, I think I did. I just love this deck. I think it's my newest one. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is the Alice in Wonderland deck. I like it. Aquarius energy. We've got nature, communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. Yeah, so that came out. Oh, I've got too many notes probably. The communication did come out earlier. Oh yes, someone's life purpose involves communication, which I really feel like has something to do with the air energy thought process too, and probably flexibility as well. Maybe someone's going to take the initiative to be the first to address something that needs to be addressed for growth. Could be for their own personal growth. It could be what their spirit's telling them to do as well. Yeah. Also, when we're out in nature, we can, yeah, we can get messages, yeah, from the elements. I might just, oh, did I show you that? It's beautiful, isn't it? 37. Let's go look in the book. "Oh, tiger lily," said Alice, addressing herself to one that was waving gracefully about in the wind. "I wish you could talk." "We can talk," said the tiger lily, "when there's anybody worth talking to." So with this card, Alice thinks that because the flowers are flowers, they cannot speak, reason, or communicate. They are not like her, and therefore she thinks that they cannot ever understand or connect with her. Alice assumes the same applies in the opposite direction, but to her surprise, the flowers in the world through the looking glass can speak. And they are very critical, very picky, and very aware of their choices, while they also make assumptions, thinking Alice to be a flower like them. Yet, unlike them, they reveal that most of the time they do not speak because they feel there simply isn't anybody worth talking to. So Alice then realizes the flowers have recognized her as someone worth talking to. Perhaps because she has praised their beauty and simply wished to be available to communicate, she also has humility and a desire to understand. When this card comes to you, do not make assumptions about people, creatures, or beings who seem too different for you to communicate with. There is always a way to bridge a gap between us. If you request for these beings to speak to you and stay open to that possibility, there will be communication. There is especially, this is especially important when working with the plant kingdom, trees and flowers, elements, and fairy energy. Be a person worth communicating with. Open your heart and mind and express your desire in the way new bonds and cords of understanding can grow between the human world and the wonders all about us. Divination, you are being asked not to make assumptions. Be open to possibilities that seem to be outside rational expectation. Attempts to communicate with beings from other realms, within nature, spiritual planes, or even just humans, it is thought there is no chance of speaking to or being understood by. Be open and express the desire for communication. Be more lateral and less literal about the ways communication can take place. Be a being worth communicating with. This will go far. So, yes, that was actually enlightening. Read your spirit, meditate. It could be talking about different styles of communicating as well. So there's communication in everything. Like, we can't say, for instance, our pets can't actually verbally speak to us, but we can pick up on what they're telling us through their behavior. Things like that. That's a form of communication. Body language. And I guess it's good to talk to people, even if you think they're not on the same page as you. They might actually have a different point of view altogether. But that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. It actually makes a really interesting conversation. It doesn't have to be something that we think, oh, nah, like, you're not going to get it or whatever. Like, yeah, sometimes we just need to open up. Don't assume. Yeah. The assuming. Okay. There's my note. The assuming has something to do with the circle of cause and effect. See, that came out in my dream, and it came out while I was scrying as well. So it's definitely significant. Yeah, a circle of cause and effect, and how our feelings lead us to create situations. So then it might be assumptions. Our feelings might just be based on assumptions. So, yeah, someone might need more confidence. So someone might need more confidence just to maybe speak to somebody speak to somebody causing, yeah. Instead of assuming, maybe talk to that person. Can't hurt. I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck too. You can't go back to yesterday, so be in the present moment. We can't go back to maybe the situation that's already happened, but we can work on it from what it is now. Yeah. Yeah. So being in the present moment, that's why meditation is good, because it makes you stop and just tap in for a minute. Life gets so busy and we can get caught up in, that's why I think it's easier to just assume maybe, instead of finding out the truth. Yeah. So there's that. Okay. We'll pull one from, I keep going to call it the life journey, but it's actually the soul's journey, but I guess it's the same sort of thing. So let's have a look at the soul's journey, sacrament of the present, experience every moment as it is. And this really goes with card 44. I've got two here. Card 44, you can't go back to yesterday, be in the present. So, maybe someone's stuck in their head about a past situation. But what they don't realize perhaps is they're actually getting communication from beyond. There's an enlightenment here. Yeah. It's like she's just decided to surrender to, like, divine. We're just going to surrender whatever she's surrendering, like the past and the future. Yeah, she's actually experiencing the moment. She's having a spiritual awakening. And we've got the faithful way. Let faith cultivate your motive. The faithful way. Let faith cultivate your motive. Yeah, she's really trusting in the divine. She's trusting in God, or in the universe. She knows to be faithful is the only way. She's surrendering and being in the moment. Oh, that's interesting. Let faith cultivate your motive, right? See those waves? The spiked. That came out when I was scrying. I'll just hold that up for you while I'm stuffing around. You can see it, sorry. Oh. This is why I end up having two notepads, because I write too much on the one. Something about the waves. Yeah, the spiked waves of emotion. They kind of looked like that. The faithful way, let faith cultivate your motive. I might just get the book and just have a quick read on this card. Oh, not that one. Yeah, this one. The faithful way. Yeah, so every human being is capable of actualizing their dreams. Yeah, so this is talking about being mindful when you're manifesting, being mindful of what you're thinking about constantly throughout the day, and what you're feeling, because ultimately it's going to create our reality in the physical. It really does. So important. Every human being is capable of actualizing their dreams. Faith is the power that pulls us miraculously towards achieving our visions. When we have faith in ourselves, we can move through the passage of life with much resolve. Every step that we take will lead us, every step that we take will give us courage along the path. If we surrender to our inner power, doubt and inaction give way to trust and love. To be powerful is to use strength in the service of vision. It requires following your dream in the face of obstacles and misfortune. The faithful way is to have the courage to say yes to the vision that is seeking to manifest through you. You are blessed with the ability to easily tap into your hopes and visualize, clearing the way for your divine gift to reveal itself. Have faith, move through resistance, and begin recreating yourself. Believe in your potential. When you can rely on your own strength to travel beyond the rational thinking that has trapped you into simply reacting to the issues in survival mode, then you can rely on your own strength to travel beyond the rational thinking that has trapped you into simply reacting to the issues in survival mode. It just, that that has something to do with the Two of Swords that came out in the pre-shuffle. Someone being stuck and on a crossroads, stuck in their head. So maybe because of this, then you can rely on your own strength to travel beyond rational thinking that has trapped you into simply reacting to the issues in survival mode. Reacting instead of responding. And there's a difference, having that emotional reactment or choosing how you want to respond instead of being caught up in a moment of a situation that's happening around you. You you don't need to, you can stay in your own energy and how you feel. You don't have to react. You can respond, which is sort of a more thoughtful way, because you're not just reacting out of survival mode. You're actually thinking about how you're responding is going to affect the other people. Now is the time to let go of that fear that has been limiting your capacity to imagine. Follow the reverie that you have hidden within you and continue the journey of your soul in a more joyous way. Mantra: I have faith in myself and the direction I am taking in my life's journey. I think that's a good one to probably say a few times, maybe even in the mirror. I have faith in myself and the direction I am taking in my life's journey. I have faith in myself and the direction I am taking in my life's journey. Yeah. So not only having faith, like spiritual faith, but having faith in yourself that you know where you want to go, what you know, what's best for you. Yeah. What was on the bottom? What can you guess? What was on the bottom? Let's. Okay, it's coping with grief, of course. Turn loss into gain. There it is again. Yeah, it did come out. With you know, I seen it. I seen grief on a book. I might read from the book. Let's see what the book says about this, because so grieving the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or the loss of a job or a home is an inevitable part of the journey of the soul. The usual reaction is to feel sad, frightened, angry, or lonely. Coping with grief is one of life's biggest challenges. But if we see grief as a form of love, we can find a place for it after a loss in our life. The challenge is to create new experiences and habits despite our hurt. Sometimes circumstances don't meet our expectations through the passage of life. And when that happens, you need to rely on your mental and spiritual power to cope with it. Grief is one of your emotions that longs to be embraced. It is a reflection of care and a way of honoring your commitment to what is lost. Such an affecting wound as heartache can only be healed by love. So, for love is a divine power within you that can transform the pain. Use your grief as a means to intensify your love and perform a ritual of both mourning and celebration. Have faith that the spirit of what you have lost is now connecting with you more than ever before. Find a unique way to re-envision your life with possibilities for happiness and for honoring your enduring connection to what you have lost. Help yourself by doing things you enjoy, even if you don't really feel like doing them. Do something creative to connect with your inner self, such as writing, painting, gardening, or cooking. Your mantra: I am enhancing my life by responding to my loss through the creative energy of love. Yeah, so this is coming out again about responding instead of reacting. Our first reaction to losing something is sad. No one likes change and no one likes to lose something. Like, it feels sad, but if we change our perspective, we can see that loss as something that needed to happen in our life for a reason. We need to remember that. It helps us cope and to move on, because we need to remember that there's always good times ahead. There's always going to be pleasant moments. And yeah, when you're in the grieving process, sometimes you don't even want to get out of bed, but by pushing yourself, yeah, pushing yourself into doing something you like, you'll find it helps sort of change the channel. It helps take your mind off of the grief, yeah, and the sorrow. Okay. Why is the Pisces psychic, intuitive, and dreamy card out? Actually, I want to pull some. I'm going to pull a few of these. I hope this video is not going to be too long. I want to pull a few of these. I found a really cute ruin set. It's made of different crystals because these are black obsidian, but yeah, and it's more informative. It's just only really getting into ruins, but I really wanted to when I was younger. All right. I was kind of drawn to ruins as a teenager, but I just never, Okay. Something you don't see that's happening right now. Oh, it's the mystery stone, of course. Okay, let's look what it's in. Okay. Maybe it's something that you're not like, we're not always meant to know everything. There's got to be some surprises, So this one's a mystery. You're not meant to know this, but it's in toughness and stability. The mystery stone. Toughness and stability. So the stability really sits with the fourth house, with the family roots and foundation. This connects to the root chakra and the color red. And Cancer, which is the caring and nurturing water element. Yeah, so which kind of sits well with this grief card too, because taking care, which comes in with this feed your spirit, as well, taking care of your emotions, being emotionally responsible for yourself, being emotionally responsible. So not just reacting, but it's about maturity, being having that level of maturity where you've got the knowledge to go, right, I'm not just going to react. I'm not going to fight fire with fire. I'm going to, or no, just being aware, if you're stuck in grief, being aware where you are. If you're stuck in grieving mode, having that awareness and being gentle with yourself, is going to help. Being gentle with yourself, you need to nurture. You need to nurture yourself, nurture your feelings. And that's why if you don't really know how you feel because you're just caught up in the sadness, it might help to meditate, to really dive deep. Mm, give your spirit what it needs. If it needs a hug, if it needs to talk to somebody, really do that. Really honor yourself. Anyway, let's have a look. We've got something that is illuminated, something you know about. Is this standstill, which is this grief card, and it's the Two of Swords card that came out prior as well. It's a standstill. Someone's stuck, they're in a crossroads. They might be still coping with grief. So this is in, yeah, they're in a journey that, this standstill, okay, this standstill, I think this is where you need to be right now to have a release, coping with grief. This standstill needs to happen right now so you can release grief. You need to have some sort of release. Yeah, so the standstill you're aware of, it's part of the journey. So sometimes a lot of doors and opportunities and things that you go for, like, they will be shut for a reason. You're meant to be. So if you find that you're alone, or just know you are where you're meant to be right now. It's a part of your journey. So you can have this release and really step into I think it's really communicating with yourself. The meditation and feed your spirit. Yeah. If you find you can't verbally express yourself, there's other ways to let it out as well. You can let it out in other ways. Did that? Maybe even talking to a pet. I used to have, when I was little, I used to have an Oscar the Grouch teddy bear, and he was my best friend. I used to tell him everything. So you can talk to your pets. They're the best listeners. They'll come up and give you a snuggle. Yeah, if you find that you can't talk to somebody else, sometimes you feel like you can't open up and express yourself to somebody, but you might be surprised. You might be surprised how easy it might come to open up to somebody, especially if you're not used to it even, like, and there might be another way to express yourself if you can't. If you feel like you want to talk to somebody and you can't, maybe you can find a relatable song or write a letter. Yeah, it's probably hard when it comes down to being vulnerable with your feelings and your emotions, because of the assumption that how the other person's going to take it. But I think that's where sometimes we just need to, it's not about that. It's more about letting go of what you expect out of that conversation or whatever. But it's about actually being in the present and honoring yourself, and it's not about how the other person reacts or takes it, even if it feels like, it means a lot to you. But it's more about honoring, feeding your spirit by letting out what is on your mind or your emotions or feelings for somebody. Right, what else do we have? Something you don't see in the future. Here, giant thorn, focused power. What's that in? Oh, is that? Yeah, that's the sign that's not on here. So I don't even know. But there's a giant thorn, focused power. So yeah, being focused where the intention, staying focused. It's really hard when you're grieving. You really need to find a new perspective through grief. Like, honor your feelings, let it out. But if you're stuck there, you need to find a new perspective, so you can focus in on your power, so you can manifest good things into your life. And it's about, really being in the present moment, watching your thoughts and feelings. Now, something you do see in the future, I think, is it that? Lagos, sea, lake, flow. There's going to be a flow happening in clarity, day clarity and revelation. Sea, lake, flow. Yeah. So there's going to be a flow in the future where you're going to be receiving clarity, and it's probably because you start honoring yourself, you start feeding your spirit, giving it what it wants. Once you notice those things, especially when you get stuck in grief, it's hard to really even think about anything else yourself. Like, you don't really think about, but really that's the most important time when you need to. We sometimes have to really push ourselves out of that grief to, and doing something nice for yourself, even if it's just like giving yourself a hug, like, I don't know, doing something nice for yourself, that can really help. It can really help. Doing something you enjoy, or having a warm beverage, giving yourself care is really important when you're grieving, right? So that was the ruins. Yeah, so in the future there is going to be flow. So maybe if you're indecisive and you're not sure, things are going to flow in the future. Okay, so I wanted to, I might just leave that out in case I want to go back to it. So I'm still learning the runes. I've got this little, kind of gives a little description. Yeah, so why is the Pisces, this psychic, intuitive, dreamy card, why is this out? Please, spirits. It's really got the colours of my feather that I picked up. Was that yesterday? It's like, it's got the same sort of bluey purple colours on it. I mean, psychic, intuitive, and dreamy. Well, it's definitely to do with this crown chakra as well. Got Wheel of Fortune here. Things are going to be looking up. And it's probably when you tap into feeding your spirit. Yeah, things are going to be looking up here. And doing that meditation, it's only going to bring you answers, which is going to bring good fortune. Yeah, we can't go back to yesterday. We just need to learn to let go. Why is Jupiter, optimism, growth, and opportunity here? Okay, so we've got the devil. It doesn't, the devil card it doesn't have to be a bad card. It can just symbolize Capricorn energy, optimism, growth, and opportunity, being tied to something. Optimism, growth, and opportunity. I mean, yeah. Capricorn energy, like, it could symbolize work as well, especially because it's clarifying Jupiter, optimism, growth, and opportunity. There might be an opportunity here coming up in work. It might be something that you end up tying yourself to. Interesting. He's lit the guy's tail on fire, and the chick has like, oh, I don't think I'm meant to show this card actually. I'm not allowed to show the nudity, so let's just do that. Yeah, and the chick has like, looks like grapes on the end of her tail, which shows growth, and the flame has been lit. That's like optimism, having a passion. There's going to be growth in a passion to do with work. I did scribble it out, the naughty bits. So yeah. What else do we want to clarify? Okay, what about this inner spark, sacrifice, and devotion, this Vesta? Vesta. Inner spark, sacrifice, devotion. Oh my gosh, this is the sacrifice. Someone's walking away. Yeah. Someone's walking away from something that they've built. We've got 8 cups here. Yeah. It might be sad too. They're sadly walking away from something that they've built. And this is the sacrifice here. Okay, I'm going to pull one on the 4th house too. This family roots foundation. Death reversed. It seems like a new beginning. Death reversed. Because it's reversed. Feels like. See the white? The white is really standing out on this card. Like it's a pure something. It's a fresh new start. There's a fresh new start after this person's walking away from something they probably didn't want to walk away from. Why is the 8 of Cups here? Yeah, because of all these burdens that they were carrying, all these worries, all of this stuff, they can't even see where they're going because there's just too many worries. He's got his head buried in all of these stress and worries. It might even be in his job, in his work. He's got his head buried. Yeah. But it's too much. It's too much for this person to carry all of these burdens. That's what this is. They're like burdens. They're too much for this person to carry. Like it looks like he's almost about to fall over, to be honest. Yeah, he's struggling carrying this load, and that's why he's walking away for this new beginning. I might just clarify that devil card. Why is the devil card here clarifying Jupiter, optimism, growth, and opportunity? We've got the 6 of Cups. Optimism, growth, and opportunity. Jupiter, the devil. 6 of Cups. This is like, it's like a past relationship, is what I want to say. Someone's making this offering. It seems optimistic and bright though. Like with all the yellow, sorry about the light, guys. With all that yellow, I just feel like it feels optimistic and bright. Yeah. And the white on the devil just seems to be standing out, which is funny. Like the white on the death card was too. Death reverse. These cards are moved. What's this? Grateful for life, be thankful for your gifts. I'm pretty sure that came out yesterday. Someone needs to be, yeah, someone needs to, there's an ending and a beginning here. Someone needs to let go of the past and be grateful for life. They've still got life to live. There's still positive opportunities around you. You might not be aware because you're stuck in this grief. Stuck in this grief, all these worries. Follow your calling, attend your life's purpose. Yeah, I think that came out yesterday too. I just want to show you how these cards, because it's just, I just moved them up a little bit, but can you see that? Yeah. We all have gifts that we need to tap into. Yeah, we all have gifts. So sometimes it pays to try new things, even things that we think that we might not like. Let's not assume. Even things about ourselves. Let's find out facts and truth. I just want to. There's my pad. I just wanted to have a look at the book, Jupiter. The green. The green is coming through. Red. Got a bit of blue, bit of pink. What's that? Jupiter. Oh, there it is. Oh. Where's the square? The square came out while scrying. Completion, tension, disharmony. I just wanted to read this because it came out while scrying. Aspecting at a hard angle. The square is the most known for friction, conflict, and drama. A square is when two planets are 3 zodiac signs apart or separated by roughly 90 degrees, falling within the same modality of cardinal, fixed, or mutable, which are the signs, astrology signs. This can cause tension between the astrological points as they struggle to speak the same language. I knew this would be relevant. With no differing perspective to help them compromise. Although this energy can feel blocked, the frustration, a square can be used productively. The pressure is like a boiling pot of water, forcing you to look at the issues to make changes. You always have a choice. You can face your challenges or ignore them until the pot boils over. You can no longer be ignored. Yeah. So I think that's why someone's walking away from these burdens and their grief. because they're struggling to communicate. So there's clearly people that aren't on the same page. They might need to find another way to communicate with each other. And I sometimes, like, even if you're living with somebody and you can't, because if you find that you're like every little thing is like niggling at somebody else, like if you're finding that you're just fighting constantly, this can happen. Yeah, in the family dynamic when you're in each other's faces a lot, especially with teenagers, it can happen. So yeah, and it really does feel like that when you're a teenager. You just feel like you're on you. Yeah, it's like you're speaking a different language. You don't get along with your parents. You know, sometimes that can happen. It's just because it's when you're growing up, like you don't have that part of your mind probably hasn't developed fully into yeah. So that's why it's hard to be on the same page if you do have teenagers. It can help to, if they're willing to, see, to write what you're feeling or down, especially if it's emotional. You can't actually talk to them about it. You can write it down in a letter, have a book between you, and then they can write what they're feeling, because in a way it's less invasive, because you're not actually confronting that person, like for them to have a reaction. If you feel like, oh, I just really want to tell them, like, this is how it makes me feel when they do this, but you're scared that person's going to have a reaction. Sometimes it's easier to have the book so you can write to each other and let it out that way, communicate. Yeah, I knew that would be okay. What was I looking for originally? Jupiter. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I keep flipping past it. Here. Yeah. Oh, isn't that funny? The Wheel of Fortune has come out twice. There's going to be big blessings. Okay, so Jupiter, optimism, growth, and opportunity. It actually stands for the Wheel of Fortune as well. And the Wheel of Fortune card came out here when I was trying to clarify the Pisces psychic, intuitive, and dreamy card. So domicile Sagittarius, Pisces, fall Capricorn, exalted Cancer, average sign time 1 year, detriment Gemini, Virgo, orbit 12 years. Average sign time 1 year. This could happen. Yeah, within a year, maybe. Jupiter is known as the king of the gods and is associated with abundance, higher learning, and expansion. The largest planet in our solar system, Jupiter brings prosperity and luck with its massive presence. As we grow, we encounter lessons at each progression, and Jupiter provides the necessary teachers to inform your evolving philosophies. This can require long distance travel, whether through physical means or astral projection. An optimistic Jupiter will ask that you expand beyond your comfort zone. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like the communication came through when I was reading that. Mm. Yeah. Interesting. Is there anything else I wanted to clarify? I'll just pull a card quickly and then I'll go because it's getting a bit long. Nature communication. I want to know more about this nature communication card that came through, please. Two of Pentacles, money confusion, juggling two situations or ideas around. Okay, this is what's not being spoken about. Queen of Cups, a woman over 25 years, blue eyes, fair or brown hair, soft, gentle, motherly. Queen of Cups. Water sign. So, yeah, the communication might have something to do with the money confusion, juggling two situations or ideas around. Two of Pentacles. I better just show you that. And, yeah. I hope that gave someone a bit of clarity on the communication, especially if they're not sure whatever's happening. So there might be, it might just come down to a money confusion, or somebody can't decide two different ways they want to go. It might be to do with work. Someone might be grieving over a job loss and looking for work, and things are going to go in your favor when you tap into what you want, meditate and feed your spirit, and get some sleep. That's what I'm going to do. So yeah, you guys will get this tomorrow. It takes a while to upload. Anyway, in the meantime, look after yourselves. Vibe high.